So we're going to talk about protein because protein is the most popular mass-marketed product in the bodybuilding industry, and it has been for decades now. And I think people think I just need to take more protein, and we talked a bit about that on the Masszymes video. What matters is absorption. So why don't you talk about different proteins and then lead us into what you found is the best protein you've tried in the last few years, and talk about that.
Sure thing, Matt. I mean, this is a great topic because, I mean, if you talk to any guy out there, they're always wondering, where am I getting my protein and how am I getting it? What's the quality? Is it the BV? Is it the PER? There's all these different ways of measuring proteins, but really it comes down to what gets from your mouth and into your muscle cell. And that is a complex process that's not really understood that well, particularly amongst the layman or inside the marketing magic, if you will, of products. So, what are our options? Well, traditionally, strength athletes going back thousands of years ate meat. We hunted beef, we had beef, or we hunted cave bears, or whatever it happened to be. The thing about that is we grew up in a very different world. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think today, to compare a factory farmed cow to a wild bull, 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000 years ago, you are comparing two completely different products, because today, because of mass farming, chemicalization, antibiotics, all this sort of stuff that they're pumping into these animals, you're actually getting mutated meat. And I don't know what the long-term effects of it is, but if I look at the populations, the rise of obesity, all that sort of stuff, meat was not a product that turned my crank anymore.
So let's go into whey, because whey is probably the biggest, most popular protein out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think when whey first came out, I mean, it was extremely hot. I mean, here was a way that I could get a lot of amino acids into my body relatively quickly. It was a lot easier than trying to consume massive amounts of steaks and chicken and tuna and all these sort of things. It was cost effective and it was convenient, and generally after a little bit of work it started to taste pretty good. Now, what started to happen is most people notice they'll want to switch brands every now and then. And what's actually happening inside this, and I didn't understand this when I first started doing whey protein, is that the body is creating an allergic reaction to it, because we didn't know is the amino acid structure of whey protein goes into the system so fast, the body can't handle it. So it's kind of like the sugar of protein inside your body. In 2003, way back then, I wanted to take a plant-based diet, and he's like, man, you got to get your protein up. And to follow his program, we kind of built the line on, okay, I was going to take whey protein every single meal. And during that time, I consumed 250 grams of protein, all from whey protein, for basically a year and a half. And the last run was 11 straight months.
And if you want to read more about kind of the dark side of whey, go to theproteinbreakthrough.com. Let's just cover a couple of other ones quickly, and then we'll move on to, I guess, the two top choices we recommend people.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the research from Dr. Colin Campbell in the China study, I mean, it is really getting people away from casein or milk-based proteins on any level, because over time they lead to cancer-causing conditions inside the body. And I know Dr. Hiromi Shinya is another fellow, world-leading colon therapist, said get off these products. They do extreme damage to your digestive system. So, and I experienced that on the whey protein. Going back, and I had the same experience. I felt terrible, lethargic. I was done. I knew something was wrong, and that caused me to shift to a completely plant-based. Almost all the soy on the planet has been genetically modified. And folks, if you do a little research on genetically modified foods, your body does not have the capacity to recognize this food, and it's instantly seen as a toxin.
Feminizing ourselves. So now let's get to the solutions, and let's talk about the top two proteins that we recommend. Let's start with number 2.
Well, this is the thing. After my terrible experience with whey protein in '03, where I just about killed myself on that, I was looking for a viable option where I could get lots of protein in my body and still maintain a condition. And when I searched the market, we did a lot of research on that, and we found an exceptionally organic, raw, bioavailable hemp protein. And it had a great amino acid profile. It has essential fatty acids, which helps boost the anabolic compound. It's great for digestion. It has lots of fiber, keeps the body clean, keeps your stomach nice and tight and lean without any bloating and gas. I mean, it is an amazing protein. There was a couple challenges with this product. First off, if you're using hemp protein, it's gritty and it doesn't have the best taste. Now,
that's the pink elephant in the room. It's the taste.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great if we've discovered a lot of ways to put it into, like our Megabolic 1000 shake. So as a mass gaining product, if you can mix all the superfoods and fruits and stuff, it's great because the fiber just makes everything work really great.
Yeah, and the banana is probably the best fruit that covers the taste pretty good. And again, you can go to proteinbreakthrough.com.
One of the things, I'll just to lead into that, the one downside of the hemp, it was trying to get enough extra amino acids into the system that tastes good, and we kept looking and looking and looking, and how can we do this, particularly for those guys that want to maintain a really tight parameter on how lean they want to be as they get bigger. And what we came up with is we discovered this organic, raw, super bioactive protein. What does that mean? Well, they actually took the rice, this is the outside grain, not the white rice that you see in the thing. And this is rich in nutrients and rich in amino acids. And they got a bacteria process to go in and eat this stuff all off and digest it all. And they do this like 3 process. They have these natural enzymes. There's no heating or anything, so none of the amino acids are. And there's just this totally refined, super powder that, I mean, it just, you put it on your tongue and it just absorbs immediately. You can put a little bit of flavorings inside it, and it tastes amazing. It tastes better than any single protein on the market.
Yep.
And here's the best part. On its own, just eating that stuff, I had a profound experience. I mean, it was easy to get my amino acids up. My absorption rate was much better, especially in conjunction with the Masszymes, and it was great.
So we just want to show you how easy this protein blends. So Wayne, I mean, how many times a day do you use this protein?
Well, I use it throughout the day. I mean, first thing in the morning, I mix up a big shake. Throw in the Masszymes, the Metabolic Hemp, throw this in as well, and blend it all up. And it's so smooth. I mean, if you look at this stuff, just check out how fine that powder is. I mean, I've never seen a protein blend that's so fine. Look, I mean, you can see. Look at it, and it tastes good.
This is a chocolate flavor.
And I love chocolate.
I love chocolate. I'm a chocoholic here.
Yeah.
And this is no blender, just with a spoon. Of course, you have a shaker cup or a blender, it's even easier. I just want to show you that you can mix the stuff up with a spoon. You just turn your spoon for about a minute, and it'll be blended right in there. It's very easy.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And if you can see right here, I mean, look how fine that powder is. I mean, I love how easy it goes. And, look at that. You can't do that with any other protein to get that kind of fine. You can even see the lines.
What's great about this protein too is there's no sugar.
None. Zero sugar.
They use stevia for a sweetener, which they've been using in Japan for many years. And it tastes great. They really nailed the taste. And they didn't put any junk in it, which is a beautiful thing.
In my opinion, it is the absolute best tasting protein I've ever had.
Now check this out. That is blended, 100% blended right in. That's just water and the brand new raw, super bioactive protein. It's simple. All you need to do is push the button below, push that green button below, and tell us how much protein you want, and we'll send you this super bioactive, raw organic protein immediately.
So go for it. Push the green button below now.